learning from our mistakes, figuring out how we can do better, but no more hiding. No more waiting for these things to change. No more waiting for these magical skills to appear upon you, and you can now do everything.
Hey, you subscribed! Yay for you! I am so excited to take you on this journey to help you wipe off the stench of failure and step into the serious swagger of success. Sound good, right?
My aha moment with Katie, and we talked about this a lot, was enabling me to take back control of the sales process. Instead of just waiting for customers to appear, waiting for customers to call me back, I am leading them now into the next phase of the interaction with my 8-step strategy. And I think that's a lot of entrepreneurs are missing that piece of the puzzle. And that's where they struggle. I mean, you can't have customers if you're just waiting for them to call you back.
I'm Katie Myers. I'm the CEO of CR Conversations and founder of The Conversation Club. I'm not just here to give you the fluff. I'm here to give it to you straight. No chaser. We're talking real, practical strategies to make changes immediately. We live in a fast-paced world, so why would you wait for anything else? So here we go. I believe that there is a different philosophy around sales that we need to check out. And it starts with owning your F words, aka your reasons for failing. So instead of just hiding under the covers, hoping things will change, it's time to empower you to make that change happen. So as I've said before, business does not happen to you. It happens because of you. So we are going to talk about those things you need to do to make the cash register ring and to get the people in your funnel that you need to serve. Because let me guess, you didn't get into business because you are just crazy good at selling stuff, right? And just couldn't wait to sell something new. Chances are you got into business to do what you love and to serve the people that you love. So now you have run into the roadblocks of how do I make those sales happen? Selling what you do is really difficult because we're not selling somebody else's something. We're selling ourselves. People buy us first for any type of product or service. So we need to be able to have a system and a strategy for being able to walk people through, be their guide from one conversation to the next that leads into a long-lasting customer relationship. Sounds pretty awesome, right? So let's dive in. I am going to lay out the expectations of what you are going to see over the next few videos and the action items that you can expect. We are going to cover the main 3 F words that entrepreneurs face in their sales conversations. The first one being, you don't follow up. We are going to dive into this one in this video, but I want to lay out the other ones for you too. Number 2 is you don't do the work. Yeah. We're going to go there. We're going to talk about what are the money-making activities you should be doing every day, Monday through Friday, to make the cash register ring, to bring those people into your pipeline, and to be able to track your success. And then the third thing we'll talk about is you're unorganized. I'm not talking about like clutter everywhere and a bunch of stuff all over your desk. I'm talking about from a sales perspective, you're unorganized. You have to have trackable systems and things that can be your brain instead of the big, beautiful brain that you have having to hold on to every piece of information, every contact that you have. Where am I with them? Am I waiting on something? Are they waiting on me? We're going to eliminate that. And I'm going to share my little secret sauce with you. Sound good? All right, friends, let's dive in. Let's talk about that F word number 1. You don't follow up. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, of course I do, Katie. Why would I not follow up with people that are interested in me? It's not necessarily that you aren't doing initial follow-up, but you may not be initiating the full sequence of events that needs to happen to get the conversions you are looking for. So here's what I'm talking about. 80%. 80% of the time, doesn't matter what you sell, who you sell it to, conversions don't happen until the 5th time that you communicate with them. 5. 93% of the time, you're giving up after 2. You and everyone else, 93% of people are giving up after the 2nd time that they talk to somebody or try to initiate that next step in the conversation. So what does that mean? What that means is we are allowing assumptions to bring in our F words instead of success. So instead of just going, maybe one phone call and one email and then just kind of letting that lead die and shrivel and wither away, you've got to think about the other person. Think about the person you are trying to follow up with. They're probably like you. How many unread emails do you have right now? A lot. How many text messages? How many Facebook messages? How many voicemails do you have? How many people have called you? Just, you get my point. There's a lot. We are overly communicated to. So it's easy to get lost in the shuffle, okay? And so I encourage you, I really want you to go to at least 5 touches. Now, I do not mean just to blow them up 5 times in a row in one day. Doesn't work like that, my friends. There is a process and a system. And if you want the full strategy for it, I'll tell you a little bit later how you can get that. But even just with this information right here, I am empowering you to make a change. Go for at least 5 touches. Mix up that communication. You should always start with what their preferred form of contact is. So if you're not asking that question, start. And then from there, use different mediums for communication after that. So if they say text message, I am a texter, I want you to text me first, do that. And then from there, I want you to mix it up. Maybe do an email, maybe do a phone call. Yep, I'm talking about picking up the telephone and making the phone call so you can actually have a conversation. So mix up your mediums and follow up. Go for at least 5 touches. My proven follow-up strategy goes till 8 because I'm an overachiever. I don't just want 80% of conversions. I want the whole shebang. I want 100% of the time. I want to know where they are in my process. Are they a yes? Are they a no? I don't accept maybes. I don't accept silence. I just want to know where people are so I can be their guide and put them in the right place. Our job here is not to convince anyone. Our job is to educate and to guide and to be direct as to how we want them to take the next step. We've got to make it easier for our prospects to learn how to work with us. So the first step in this is to make sure that your follow-up is concise and that you do have a system in place to track that, which is going to come along in video 2 and a little bit more in video 3. So if there's anything that you take away from this first video, it's that you have to keep going. Don't allow the assumptions to take you down. Assumptions lead to F words, right? So if you allow yourself to have that head trash of they're not interested, they went with somebody else, maybe they just didn't like me, did we not have the conversation I thought we had, whatever it may be, lay those assumptions to rest. Go to at least 5 touches. And if you really want to go for success, keep following me so you can learn what the 8 are.
That's a big eye-opener because if you can just keep going until step 5, you've already worked your competition. Most people aren't going to stay in there for the fight.
Take this information, make a change, go for at least the 5 touches or go for the whole shebang and go for 8. But stop allowing assumptions to bring you into the world of failure and allow yourself to really give a chance to those people to communicate back with you. We're going to talk more about what the work is that you need to do to go into it, as well as the systems that I personally use, as well as just what you need to be looking at to make these things happen. So stay tuned. You have another email coming soon. I'm not going anywhere. So I will talk to you shortly, my friend. Take this information, go forth, use those touches, and make a change. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
I highly recommend Katie. I think that it is essential for you to work with Katie if you really want to be successful as an entrepreneur.
So you need to own your F words, and you need to turn them into your fortune. So what I hope for every single one of you is to do whatever it takes to find your fortune.